defend them? Because it's really a basic question. And that is, it's a tough question. And that is a person basically good and he has some pockets, some bad spots in him? Or is he inherently evil and he has some goodness that he has to develop? And you want to extend it to the world. Is the world inherently good with some pockets of evil, or inherently evil with some pockets of good? And so, Dan Lekavschus on a philosophical level, well, let's leave alone the psychological level. Why give someone benefit of the doubt? Let's leave alone the obligation of loving someone like you love yourself and trying to leave all that. But philosophically speaking, Dan Lekavschus is based on the idea that I believe a person is intrinsically good. It's like when you see somebody, let's say a guy in yeshiva, he's learning all day very nicely, but he comes late to davening. So you say, this guy has no Yerushalayim, he has no fear of God, he comes late to davening. Or you can say, no, look, he's really somebody who loves Hashem. He has a problem getting up, right? Because is he inherently good? He's really some good, but he has a problem getting up, or you just other way around. This guy's basically, he's a lazy bum. He has to like learning because it appeals to him. No. Dan Lekavschus means I'm willing to see.
Empty half or the full half?
In fact, the Mishnahs have it done as kol adam lekavschus. Now the word kol can mean every, but also mean the whole. Have it done as kol adam. Look at the whole person lekavschus, which means if you're able to see that a person is inherently good, then you're able to see the bad as some differentiated moments, some isolated moments. But that's not speaking to his character. And so that's what Moshe Rabbeinu did with Shimon ben Esau also. He said, the Etzem ben Esau are good, they were inherently good. This sin was a profound sin. In their goodness, they were desperate to connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And because he saw the inherent goodness, or the inherent light that exists in every person and in Klal Yisrael, that's why that light shone from his face as well. Notice what came out of his body was his light, meaning that the Etzem, he's full of light, he's all light. So Dan Lekavschus, on a philosophical level, is based on the fact that we believe that person is inherently good, not inherently evil. I think I once told you I had this crazy conversation. There was I teach in a school that at one point hired a teacher. I wonder if it's in your kids' times. Get asked her. Her name was Mary Moore. Mary Moore.
I don't
no.
remember.
Mary Moore taught math and psychology in our school, which is not unusual, except she was a nun. Actually, nun. She didn't wear the clothing to school. I guess you could say she kicked the habit, but she was a nun. And at the time, I was driving what I call a Rebbe car. A Rebbe car is basically a car that, every part of the car makes noise, except for the horn probably, but everything else, makes noise. And every time you turn the key on, you hold your breath and you dive real hard, right? Because you just know what's going to happen. So I was driving this Rebbe car at the time, and I had to get from the boys' campus to the girls' campus. And of course, my car died right as I'm finishing the boys' school. It was the beginning of the year, so I quickly run to the office and said, okay, tell me who has the same schedule as mine, who's going to the girls' school at the same time. I'm right. And of course, he looks at Mary Moore. So a rabbi and nun get into a car. Right? So there's an awkward silence. And then she says to me, okay, you first. I said, no, you can ask first. No, you first. If I said, Rabbi, you have to go first. Okay, so obviously I wasn't prepared for anything, but I said, just explain to me one thing. How do you get up in the morning? She said, what do you mean? I said, how do you get up in the morning? And I'm not an expert, but if Christian doctrine teaches that a man is inherently evil and doomed to failure, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Why would you have the ambition and drive to get up when you're told you're not going to succeed? She said, Rabbi, you don't understand. I said, no, I really don't. She goes, no, you don't understand. I said, you're right. She goes, no, you don't understand. I wrote that question to the Vatican. She literally wrote that question to the Vatican. Fascinating. And she told me at the time, which is very strange, that the Vatican responded that they're working on revising this. I don't know what that means or whatever happened, but literally that's what she told me. Anyway, but the bottom line is we believe the opposite, contrary, that a man is inherently good. And that's the philosophical reason. The philosophical reason for Dan Lekavschus is based on you're inherently good. And anything that's negative is an aberration. It's not really an indicator of who the essence of the person. It's an aberration of something outside of itself. And Moshe Rabbeinu saw that in the Jewish people as a whole. And that's the famous Barditchever, the famous Hasidic Rebbe, the Barditchever Rebbe, who always saw the Jews in a good light. He's always giving them the benefit of the doubt because he always saw that they were inherently good. And even anything they did wrong must be some sort of aberration. It wasn't because they were inherently bad. That was the famous Kedusha Levi, who always
Rabbi,
saw.
that begs the question that Hashem didn't know the intention of that. Moshe has to explain to the God.
Great question. So that's a terrific question.
What's the question?
Which is, why did Hashem need Moshe Rabbeinu to defend him? Didn't Hashem know that himself?
But
As the
Huh?
this is a question that a Rebbe asked about. Why did Hashem tell Abraham Avinu that he was going to destroy Sodom and Amorah?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer was
He wanted to
because
pray.
obviously he wanted Abraham to
Right.
argue with
Right,
him.
very good.
Why did Hashem tell Moshe? Why didn't he just destroy the people
Right.
and
Right.
go
Very
on?
good.
And
Very
the
good.
reason was he wanted Moshe to defend the people.
I'll add even further. You're 1,000% right. I'll add even further. There's a famous Gemara in, I think it's famous, a Gemara in Chagig, I think it is. Somebody, I forget which Amor, was walking down the street, and he bumps into Eliyahu Navi, right? So he says to Eliyahu Navi, what is Hashem doing right now? I don't know, what would you do if you met Eliyahu Navi? What was the first question you would ask him?
When is Mashiach coming?
Huh? When's Mashiach coming?
Why did he wait?
Or give me the numbers of the lottery, something, right? But you're right. But what's Hashem doing? So he responded. Hashem is studying the Torah of, and he listed a whole bunch of famous rabbis. All right. So he said, but you left out this Rebbe. He said, oh no, he can't. God's not studying his Torah because this rabbi studied from Acher. Acher was the heretic, and therefore he's not studying his Torah. So this person said, yeah, but it's true. But this person's so smart, he's able to take the kernel and throw away the husk, which means he can extract the truths that Acher was teaching and throw away everything that's false. To which Eliyahu said, oh, now Hashem is studying his Torah too. What does that mean? That sometimes HaKadosh Baruch Hu is literally awaiting our pronouncement. HaKadosh Baruch Hu sometimes puts the power in our hands. When we're down l'kaf schus, it says, when you're down l'kaf schus, Hashem's down l'kaf schus. Well, that means HaKadosh Baruch Hu empowers us to make those choices. And Hashem says, I'm going to follow your judgment. And Avram, if you can find judgment to see the stone in the favorable light, I'm going to follow that. If Moshe Rabbeinu, if you could see the judgment, but I'm waiting for you to do it. Hashem wants us to do it. That's exactly right. Of course Hashem knew, but He wants us to do it. And when we do it, Hashem simply follows our thing as well. It's a very powerful lesson in Dan L'Kaf Schus, that not only is it beneficial, in terms of philosophically, rather, seeing the person in a bigger light, and not only is it beneficial for your own happiness to be a happier, positive person, but also it literally affects the judgment. Just like Ayin Ra, we spoke about it earlier. Evil eye is a negative judgment that can affect a person in a negative way. Dan L'Kaf Schus is a positive judgment that affects the person in a positive way. All right? We're going to stop here, yeah.
Isn't this exactly the concept of Tikkun Olam? Hashem wants us to be partners in
That's
perfecting
totally,
the world. It's the
absolutely,
same thing.
absolutely.
And that's why we brought the Ten Commandments, the tablets were brought, the second ones were brought from Moshe himself.
Right, correctly. Right? Yes?
He
I didn't
could
get to
have
that.
just given him the second
Right.
time like the
Exactly
first
right.
Ask you a question.
Yeah, exactly right.
What did the nun?
Exactly right. Very good.
What did the nun ask you?
What?
What did the nun ask you?
I don't know if you even got there. I don't remember it. I don't remember.
It was a very short ride.
Ask your kids if they remember Mary Moore.
I'll ask.
Ask.
Rabbi,
I wonder.
But I would have known.
I would
If
assume
there's
so.
been a nun teaching,
I would
my
assume
kids
so.
would have told me.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Maybe
Yes.
they didn't know.
Wasn't
No,
there,
no. They would have
the
known.
Isn't
thing
there-
about the senses you talked
Especially
about.
David.
isn't there a pasuk in Bereshit about man has a tendency to stray, to be go off the path right away because of the incense of eating the apple. No matter what you tell him, he's going to do what he wants to do. Isn't there something in there about?
Oh,
he's sort of-
Adam Ram and Urav, maybe that's what you're referring to?
He
Ki
has
Yetzer Lev Adam
a
Ram
kind
and
of a bad instinct in him
Yeah.
from birth.
Yes. We have that too, but that's not our essence. Yes.
Well, you see, but the Christian explanation is going to be, well, it doesn't matter that we're evil because we're going to be saved by JC.
Right.
yeah.
That's
Correct.
all. We have to go.
Right.
We have to go with
Right.
JC.
Right,
Otherwise,
exactly.
we're
right.
doomed.
Exactly. Well, that's exactly right. That is, you're basically doomed, and therefore your only salvation is Him. Exactly.
Exactly. You have, and
Yes.
You can't even get to God unless you go through Him.
Right,
He's the
right. But you're right.
agent.
And our only salvation is Him because we can't save ourselves.
That's it. It's a simple message, and that's
Bible, I
how
think, is fascinating.
Christianity.
One thing we should have one night, a movie night. It's a terrific. It's a CD I have. Not BBC. what's the name of the station in England? Not BBC, is it?
BBC.
They did a film of the famous debate between Nachmanides, Ramban, and Christian Parabola, the famous debate.
Yeah.
They put it on, and it's a they did a great job. They quote verbatim, not the whole thing obviously, but quite pieces of it. And this is one of the pieces that the Ramban really slices to ribbons, this whole idea of like, your God says you're basically worthless and you have to grovel for forgiveness. Our God says that we're responsible for our actions and He's going to punish us if we're wrong, but it's just the opposite. It means that we're empowered to do the right thing as well. Anyway, it's a brilliant, we should do it one night. It's really fascinating. We should do it one night.
Everything in Christianity appeals to the lowest mentality. I mean, it's for people who don't want to think.
Yeah.
Rabbi.
No thinking.